So we have done neo-Keynesian growth theory, okay? And in the neo-Keynesian growth theory, we have looked at a Sono model, okay? In the Sono model, we have looked at a representative firm or individual firm, and this firm, okay, has diminishing return. One of the properties of neo-Keynesian production function is that when I increase one factor, keeping other factor constant, okay, that factor will have positive but diminishing return, okay? So here we are getting diminishing return to inputs, okay? And when we talk about capital in the Sono model, okay, we have taken the physical form of capital, okay? We have considered capital money in the physical form, okay? But there is other form of capital, that is human capital. We have not considered that thing, okay? So we have considered Sono model, okay? Here economic growth is determined exogenously, or you can say economic growth is determined by exogenous factor, okay? And that is technical progress. Technical progress is exogenously given to us, okay? And we have taken that to be delta A over A. So delta E over E, we have taken neighbor augmented technical progress, which is G. Okay. When I say that technical progress is exogenous, that means it is determined by non-economic factor. Non-economic factor. Okay. So in the Sono model, we have taken the physical form of capital. Okay. We have considered one representative firm where it is experiencing diminishing return. Okay. Apart from that, when we talk about long-term growth in the economy, it is determined by exogenous factor, and that is technical progress. Okay. So when we say that technical progress is exogenous, okay, it means that your economic growth, okay, is determined or depend on non-economic factor. Okay. So what is the implication of this? When I say that my economic growth in the long run depend on exogenous factor and that depend on non-economic factor, it basically is saying that how then we can use the policy. What is the use of policy? When my economic growth in the long run is determined by exogenous factor, okay, then what is the use of policy? Okay. One more thing, when we look at saving, okay, saving is proportion of income. So when we are looking at saving in the economy, in the Harrod model, we have seen that by increasing the saving, I can increase the growth rate permanently in the Harrod and Dodo model. Okay, but in the Sono model, increasing the saving only have Nevel effect. So when you increase the saving, it has only Nevel effect. So growth cannot be increased permanently by increasing saving rate. Okay, you will move from one level of capital stock per worker to another level, one level of output per worker to another level. Okay, in the short run, temporarily you can have growth. Okay, but this saving is not going to determine your growth rate. Okay, so your saving is not able to determine growth rate, long-term growth rate. Okay, whatever growth rate is determined by exogenous factor, then what is the use of policy? Right? Yes or no? Okay. So economists start to question, okay, that there must be use of policy, right? When we are talking about long-term growth, policy is very important. Okay, so there is a good reason, you can say, okay, to make this technical progress or understand this technical progress, okay, in terms of economic factor. Okay, we can understand technical progress, okay, in terms of economic factor. Okay, or in terms of economic decision making behavior of agent in the economy. Okay, take for example, okay, firms. Okay, so firms do industrial innovation, right? So technical progress can come through industrial innovation. Okay, then it depends on funding on project. Now, a lot of vaccination is made by different countries. Okay, they fund different project, right? So technical progress can come through funding on project. Okay, it can come through accumulation of capital and others such kind of economic factor. Okay, so we can say that there are enough good reason, okay, to better understand technical progress in terms of economic decision behavior. Okay, it can be through industrial production or industrial innovation better. Okay, in terms of funding, you have heard the term crowdfunding also, right? There is some project come up that requires crowdfunding and is it done? Okay, depend on crowdfunding also or funding on project by the government, accumulation of capital and other economic factors. Okay, therefore when we are talking about growth theory, okay, this growth theory that we talk about long-term growth must take into account endogeneity aspect of technical progress. That means we have to determine growth rate within the model. Like we are determining output per worker within the model, consumption per worker within the model, investment per worker within the model. In a similar way, we have to determine technical progress within the model. Okay, and once when we are able to determine technical progress within the model, okay, we will be knowing, okay, how we can influence long-term growth rate. Otherwise, when it is given exogenously, we are not able to make any decision as a policy maker. Okay, so Arrow in 1962, okay, given the concept of learning by doing. Okay, so technical progress is the unintended consequences of producing new capital. Okay, according to Arrow, right now, technical progress is the unintended consequences of producing new capital. Okay, which he termed as learning by doing. Okay, so his concept of learning by doing is used initially by Frank Knight. Frank Knight in 1962, okay, to give us the first endogenous growth theory in 1962. Okay, so the first initial version of or basic version of endogenous growth theory, which we know by the name AK model, okay, is given by Frank Knight. Okay, and he has used the Arrow concept of learning by doing. Okay, and Arrow has defined technical progress as the unintended consequences of producing new capital, okay, which he termed as learning by doing. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, so this learning by doing, okay, form the basis of Frank Knight AK model. The AK model that we are going to do, okay, it formed the basis of AK model. Okay, so how we can understand this technical progress? Okay, consider technical progress to depend on aggregate production of capital goods. Okay, when we talk about Sono model, we are looking at individual firm, individual accumulation of capital, right? Now we are saying that let's look at technical progress in terms of aggregate accumulation of capital. Okay, let me write this part. So think of technical progress to be determined as an aggregate accumulation of capital stock. Okay, in the Sono model, what we are saying is that individual firm, okay, they are accumulating physical capital. Okay, so when they are accumulating physical capital, that is adding positively to the output but at diminishing rate. Okay, but here we are endogenizing technical progress, okay, by saying that technical progress in the economy is determined by accumulation of capital stock, aggregate accumulation of capital stock. That means there are n number of firms, each firm is very small. Okay, so when technical progress is taking place, okay, individual firm will take the technical progress as given. Okay, each firm is very small they will take the technical progress in the industry as given. Okay, so when each firm is accumulating capital, okay, they are learning by doing. Okay, they are gaining some experience. Okay, they are learning something by accumulating capital. That is what we determine as technical progress. Okay, in everyone? Yes, no? Okay, let me complete. So in the AK model, okay, when firm accumulate capital, learning by doing, okay, because when they accumulate capital, they work on that capital, okay. So learning by doing, okay, generate technical progress, okay, for the given level of technology, okay. So this is the basic framework of AK model that we have, okay. The technical progress, okay, depend on aggregate accumulation of capital stock. Each firm is small enough, okay, so they will take the technical progress, okay, in aggregate sense as given, okay. So when there is increase in production due to technical progress, they no need to pay factor of production for that one, okay. For small firm, for individual firm, small firm, okay, that technical progress is given, okay. But as an individual firm, okay, I am gaining by when I am accumulating capital, okay, I am gaining by learning to use that capital. That is what technical progress, okay. So when I am gaining as a learning, okay, as a firm, I no need to pay to the factor of production, okay. So each firm is small, and that gap we are looking in aggregate sense, okay. So this technical progress will be taken as given exogenously. So each factor will be paid according to their marginal product, okay. Still there will be some output net, okay. That means there is growth taking place, okay. So this is the basic framework you have. So AK model, okay. In this model, they assume that when firm accumulate capital, okay, learning by doing generate technical progress, okay. And this learning by doing, what they do is that at aggregate level, okay, the diminishing return that you are getting for the capital stock, okay. In the SONO model, what you get diminishing return, right? Positive but diminishing return. So the diminishing return that you are getting for the capital stock, okay, will be offset, okay, for the given technology, okay. In the Franken framework, he has taken substitutable production function of the Cobb-Douglas production function, you can say. In the Cobb-Douglas production function, you can substitute one factor for another, okay. So he has taken substitutable production function and known as spin-over effect, okay. So production function you can write in this form: y equal a k alpha and 1 minus alpha. This is your Cobb-Douglas production function we have done, right? This is your share of capital in total output. 1 minus alpha is your share of capital or share of labor in total output, okay. Now, when I write in this form, okay, this capital represent physical form of capital, okay. But in the AK model or the basic endogenous growth model, okay, this capital is considered both in physical as well as human capital form, okay. There will be a change, and I am going to introduce how these changes is going to take place, okay. Just keep that thing in mind, okay. So in the SONO model, okay, they have assumed only physical form of capital, okay. Here we are saying that in the AK model that we are considering, okay, Franken had assumed that this capital, okay, consists of both physical as well as human capital, okay. Here Y is your aggregate output in the economy. This is your aggregate technology, okay. Aggregate technology. This is your aggregate capital stock in the economy. This is your total labor force in the economy, okay. and suppose there are n number of firm. Okay, so y, this is the aggregate output, is a sum of output of individual firm. Okay, where I running from 1 to n. Okay, so I running from 1 to n. Okay, so what is small y1? This is output of firm 1. Okay, plus output of second firm. So output of n firm. When I add this one, I will get my total output. So you can write in short in this way. Okay, this is my aggregate output. Similarly, capital stock is a sum of all capital stock owned by firm, running from 1 to n. You can write this. Running from 1 to n. So this is what capital stock owned by firm 1, capital stock owned by firm 2, up to capital stock owned by firm n. Okay. Similarly, labor force is a sum of all labor force employed in the 1 to n factory. Running from 1 to n. So labor force in first factory, labor force in second factory, up to labor force in n factory. Okay. In this way, what is y? Y is my aggregate output. This is my aggregate capital. This is my total labor force. Okay. So I have defined this term, this term, this term. Let me define a term. Okay. So economy start with some initial level of technology. Okay. When I am looking at any period, okay, say period T, economy always start with some initial level of capital stock, initial level of technology. This A naught is your initial level of technology. Okay. Each firm is accumulating capital. Okay. So I am looking at accumulation of capital by own firm. Okay. Let me write mu. Okay. Mu represent, this is an exponent term. Okay. This represent knowledge externality among firm. Okay. Mu, which is an exponent term. Okay. Represent knowledge externality among firm. Okay. So when each firm is accumulating capital, okay, so when they accumulate capital, they are learning by doing, okay, which generate technical progress. So when I am looking at accumulation of own capital, okay, this new term, okay, giving me knowledge externality, okay, or you can say spillover effect. Okay, so I can write in this way. Okay, my aggregate technology is a sum of my initial technology, it is a sum of initial technology and your accumulation of capital, okay, to the power or exponent power. Okay, exponent term is represented by your knowledge externality. Okay. Technical progress is a function of aggregate accumulation of capital stock. Okay, this is what it is represented. And this exponent term mu, okay, represent your knowledge externality among firm. Okay, so each firm, okay, when they are accumulating capital, they are learning by doing and they generate technical progress. Okay, so we do not buy this exponent term mu. Okay, this is the knowledge externality among firm. Okay, now I substitute this value in this production function. Okay, let's do that. Let me write on the top. So this will be y1, a naught. This is what you can write k in plus with this one, aggregate capital stock. So I write k to the power mu into k to the power alpha n to the power 1 minus alpha. Okay, this is what we have now. When base is same, power will be added, so this will be a naught initial level of technology k mu plus alpha n to the power 1 minus alpha. Okay, this is your production function that you have. Okay. When we are considering this capital to be both in physical and human capital form. Okay. Now, the thing that we have done that alpha plus 1 minus alpha equal to 1. So this will cancel out. Okay. In the Shannon model, we have homogeneous of degree 1 production function having constant return to scale, and we have diminishing return to factor, positive but diminishing return to factor. Okay. So this alpha, okay, it represents that we have diminishing return. Okay. That is why growth is not taking place in the economy, and when we take technical progress that is exogenously given, we are able to show that growth is taking place in the economy. Okay, in the normal. Okay. Now I always talk about that there are three possibilities. Okay. So mu plus alpha, okay, can be greater than equal to less than 0. Right? What is this mu? What is this mu term? Mu term is, write down, known as spillover effect among firm. Known as spillover effect or externality among firm plus share of capital in total amount. This one will be greater than equal to less than 0. Okay, or less than 1. Less than 1. So your known as externality among firm, okay, plus share of capital in total output must be greater than equal to less than 1. Okay, so we have three possibilities. Okay, now let's look at the three possibilities. First case, mu plus alpha greater than 1. Second case, mu plus alpha equal to 1. Third case, mu plus alpha less than 1. Okay. So when firm accumulate capital, okay, this mu term is what? Learning by doing. Aggregate level we are getting this much of growth. Okay, in the technical progress is growing by this much. Okay. So when firm accumulate capital, okay, learning by doing, okay, what is that? It create technical progress. Okay, learning by doing create technical progress. Okay, so whatever diminishing return to margin product of capital you have, okay, the overall growth in the economy that I am getting, okay, will be greater than 1. This is clear to everyone what I have said? Yes or no? In the AK model there are three possibilities. Okay, this is first possibility where you are looking at known as externality among firm, okay, plus your share of capital in total output. This I have derived for you already. Okay, this basically means the diminishing marginal product of capital. Okay, so in the Shannon model this lies between 0 and 1. Okay, so what happened is that your production function is increasing and decreasing rate. So you get a production function like this. Okay, now I have considered capital in both physical as well as human capital. Okay, this term is now giving us what is actually happening when I am accumulating capital in stock. Okay, when I am accumulating capital in stock, okay, alpha will lie between 0 and 1. Say it is say 0.5. Okay, so when firm accumulate capital in stock, okay, learning by doing, okay, generate technical progress. Okay, learning by doing generate technical progress. So this term will be say 0.7. Okay, so as you start to accumulate more capital, okay, what happened? Positive and diminishing return start to take place. Okay, so when these two terms is greater than 1, what we get? We get increasing growth over time. Okay, now look at this thing. mu plus alpha equal to 1. Okay. So when alpha lies between 0 and 1, okay, you have diminishing marginal product of capital. In the SONO model, you have diminishing marginal product of capital. Okay. So in the AK model, okay, it is assumed that when people accumulate more capital, okay, same argument. When people accumulate more capital, learning by doing generate technical progress. Okay. So when learning by doing generate technical progress, so it will take care of, okay, your diminishing marginal product of capital. Okay. So as you increase the capital stock, there will be diminishing marginal product of capital. Okay. But learning by doing generate technical progress, so it will be taken care by mu tau. Okay. So it will offset your diminishing marginal product of capital. Okay. So when this equal to 1, okay, you will get the form of your production function in the form of y equal to AK. That is why endogenous growth theory is on AK model. Okay, now look at this term. Okay. This is very important, understand this one. Okay. So when firm is accumulating capital in stock, diminishing marginal product of capital is taking place. As I accumulate more capital, okay, diminishing marginal product of capital is happening. Okay. But when firm accumulate capital, learning by doing, okay, is not able to generate enough technical progress. Okay. Learning by doing is not able to generate enough technical progress. Okay. Economy will have diminishing return. Like you have the case in the SONO model. So when your mu plus alpha is less than 1, you have a case of SONO model. Okay. That means diminishing return will operate. Okay. Whether you consider both form of capital, physical as well as human form of capital. Okay. When your accumulation of capital, okay, learning by doing, okay, is not able to generate enough technical progress, okay, as a whole. So your mu plus alpha, okay, when we are looking at the share of capital stock, that is both in physical and capital form, okay, it is less than 1, diminishing return will operate. Okay. The same case you have in the SONO model. So we will get the same conclusion. Okay. We are interested in this part. Okay, this part. Now look at this part. So in every book that you will study, okay, you will get y equal to, that denote a naught by a, okay, a, on this term you can denote by alpha hat or alpha, okay, and 1 minus alpha. Why I am doing this? Okay, let me tell you. Okay, on these 3 arguments that I have developed, okay, in order to show you, okay, that this capital stock, okay, is not only in physical form but also in human capital form. Okay, so this share that I am representing, okay, is taking is the share of both physical capital as well as human capital. Okay, in the AK model, I just show you alpha equal to 1. Okay, this alpha is equal to this value. You can write alpha hat also. Okay, for the simplified argument, just put alpha. Okay, this alpha, okay, consists of your share of capital, okay, plus your knowledge spillover effect among firm. What component is included in this alpha? Okay, so when you take alpha equal to 1, you have to write 0 here. Initial technology, and that initial technology equal to A. Okay, so I write A. So when you write alpha equal to 1, what will be your output? A, k to the power 1, a to the power 0. Anything to the power 0 is 1. So get the production function of the form y equal to A. Okay, this basically means that your knowledge spillover effect or knowledge externality among firm plus share of capital in total output, okay, equal to 1. Okay, this basically saying that when firm accumulate the capital stock, okay, diminishing marginal product to physical capital will operate. Okay, and that will be offset, okay, by learning by doing. Okay, that will be offset by learning by doing. So what we get? Okay, we will get constant return. Okay? There will be no diminishing return taking place. Okay, this is the way we get our AK model. Okay, so this background, okay, is only those who want to do higher study is important. Okay, we start our AK model from here. So this background is only for those who want to do research. Okay, just okay. So Pfaffner in 1962, okay, used the arrow learning by doing, okay, hypothesis or analysis, okay, in order to develop endogenous growth theory. That is, how can we determine growth within the model? So he has given, okay, production function of the form y equal to AK. Okay, production function of the form y equal to AK. Here marginal product of capital will be A. Okay, A is what? Initial level of technology. K is what? Is embodied both physical as well as human capital. Okay, so when technical progress is taking place, okay, that technical progress is taking care of diminishing return to capital. Okay, because it generate when technical progress is taking place. Okay, what is happening? It will create learning by doing. Okay, so it generates technical progress, and that will take care of or take care of offset or it can offset your diminishing marginal product of capital. Okay, better say offset diminishing marginal product of capital. So alpha value will be equal to 1. Okay. Now, this is the form of production function we have in the AK model or endogenous growth theory. Remember, only one thing is important. Okay, endogenous growth theory basically saying that we can determine growth within the model. Okay, we can determine long-term growth. Okay, within the model. Okay, now, so you have done demand side, supply side. Okay, so in the AK model, we look at demand and supply side. So supply side. Let me write AK model. Yeah. AK model. So supply side, you have y equal to AK. Okay, and from demand side, in two sectors, saving will be equal to investment, right? Saving is what? Proportion of income, right? In equilibrium, okay? Aggregate demand must be equal to aggregate supply. So in place of y, I substitute AK. Okay, so investment will be equal to S of AK. Okay, so I have one this for production side. I have this equation. From equilibrium condition, we have this equation. Okay, then next what we take out? We take out depreciation line. Depreciation line or replacement investment equation. Replacement investment. How much investment I need to make in order to replenish via our capital stock. Okay. Depreciation, you know, it is a proportion, constant proportion of the capital stock. Okay. Then you have growth equation. Growth of capital stock equation. Okay. Growth equation. Okay. Change in capital stock. Okay. This we have derived already most of the time. Okay, it is what? Investment add to the capital stock, gross investment, and depreciation reduce capital stock. That will give me change in capital stock. Okay, this is growth equation. Okay, this you can derive it. Okay, you can write gross investment equal to net investment equal to gross minus depreciation. Then you can take it. This is gross investment, KT plus 1 minus KT. Okay, this is depreciation. So growth equation is what? Change in capital stock equal investment add to the capital stock and depreciation reduce the capital stock. So the difference between these two will give me change in capital stock. Okay. Now I have to look at how this capital stock, okay, is changing over time. Okay. Or we have to look at growth in the capital stock. So growth we write in this way delta K by K. Okay, let me substitute for investment. What is investment? S A okay. S is your saving propensity, A is your initial technology level, A is your capital stock. Okay, minus delta. Okay. Change in capital stock in this term. So I want to look at growth in capital stock. It will be SA minus delta. Okay, SA minus delta. Clear? Okay, let me write this one. AK more. Okay. Here conclusion is very important. Okay, understand that thing. So when this is what the gross investment this is your gross investment, this is your replenishment investment. Gross investment, this is your replenishment investment or depreciation. Replenishment investment or depreciation. Okay, that will give me net addition to the capital stock. Okay, so when gross investment equal my replenishment investment, what happened to capital stock? It will be 0, right? Yes or no? Gross investment. Okay, I is what? The gross investment denoted by SA A into K. Okay, then you take it growth term. So when you gross investment, also now of your gross investment, whatever line you have, okay, investment line that you have, okay, equal depreciation. Okay, and what will happen to capital stock over time? It is not growing. That means output will not be growing over time. Okay, suppose I am able to increase the saving rate. Okay, so this is S1. Okay, I am able to increase the saving rate to S2. Okay, so what will be my gross investment? S2 into A. This must be greater than S1 into A. Technology, initial technology is the same, right? Or you can write in case of this delta. Okay, so when in the economy I am able to increase the saving rate, okay, what we will have? S2A is greater than delta. Okay, look at this growth in capital stock equation. Delta K over K equal SA minus delta. When S2A is greater than delta, there is a positive accumulation of capital stock over time in the economy. Positive accumulation of capital stock over time in the economy. Okay. Similarly, when you look at the equation y equal to AK, when growth in capital stock is positive, okay, growth in output will be positive. Take the logarithm, then you will know. Okay, take log of A into log of y, so log of A plus log of K, d over dt. So we are keeping the initial level of technology same, so this will be 0. Take it out. Okay. So growth in capital stock must be equal to growth in output. So we will be achieving steady state. So what we see in the AK model is that by increasing the saving rate, okay, by increasing the saving rate, we can increase the growth rate permanently. Okay. In some of the book, okay, they will assume that gross investment, okay, assuming gross investment is more than depreciation. If you are not comfortable with this analysis, you can use this way. Okay. So when you assume gross investment is more, what I am writing? Gross investment is more than depreciation. Okay, our analysis will become more simple. Okay. How? Let me write this thing. This is a growth equation. Okay. Delta K by K equal, this is growth in capital stock, S of A minus delta. This is a gross investment, this is depreciation. When I say gross investment is more than depreciation, this term will be positive. That means growth in capital stock over time will be positive. That means my growth in output will be positive. Every period it is growing over time. Okay. So any of the two way you can do it. Okay. Now in terms of graph, what we will get? So here I write production function, which is a function of capital in stock. Okay. Both human and physical capital. Here also capital and stock, both physical and human capital. Okay. Now y equal to AK. Okay. So what is the slope then when I draw the graph? Change in y or change in k? This is what y. Okay. It is a function of capital in stock. So technology is given. So it will be A. I am getting a constant slope. That means it will be having proportional relationship. Okay. This will give me proportional relationship of this form. This is y equal to AK. Okay. Now investment. Investment is what? S. What is investment? SY. Y is what? AK. Yeah. Okay. So investment line will be also from the origin. It is a proportion. S E of A, which is S of Y. Okay. This you write in this case. Saving is a proportion of income, so you can write in this way. Okay. And we have assumed that depreciation is less than investment. Okay. So this line will be here. Okay. So economy will be having growth here. So when we increase the saving rate, or when investment is more than depreciation in the economy, how investment can be more? When saving, that economy is doing, it is more than replacing the capital in stock, so there will be addition to capital in stock, So in the AK model, we can see that by increasing the saving rate, I can increase the growth rate permanently. In the Harrod model, what we have done, we have seen that by increasing the saving rate, policymaker can increase the growth rate. In the Sono model, they have said that it is not possible. We can increase the growth rate temporarily. Saving only have naval effect. So in the Franklian version of AK model, he has combined both Sono framework, because he has taken substitutable production function, as well as Harrod framework. So he is able to show that by increasing the saving rate, we are able to get permanent growth rate. And how we are able to get permanent growth rate? By considering capital both in physical as well as human capital form. This is what we have in the basic endogenous growth theory.